They called him the most overrated player in the NBA. Anonymous, ruthless, final. And for a moment, Tyrese Haliburton wondered if they were right. Then he laced up, looked at the clock, and decided that every doubt, every insult, every poll would burn as rocket fuel. What followed turned the league upside down. From the start, nothing about Tyrese fit the blueprint. A February 29th birthday meant he technically appeared only once every 4 years, an accident of the calendar that felt symbolic. Coaches told the skinny kid from Oshkosh that the game would chew him up. When he was 14, an AAU program dropped him with such casual cruelty that his parents had to invent softer words to break the news. On his first day with a new squad, a 3-year-old was asked to stretch out a hand. Tyrese's release was so low, the toddler blocked the shot. Laughter echoed, and Tyrese walked out holding back tears. The next morning, he came back before sunrise and kept shooting until the janitor begged for the lights off. He never forgot the sound of that dropout laugh. High school freshman year wasn't kinder. Frank Shade, local legend, zero sugarcoating, called him the worst freshman I've ever coached. Shade had a way of making sprints feel like medieval punishment. One late arrival from Tyrese meant the whole team ran until sneakers squeaked in protest. Humiliation designed to break arrogance only hardened Haliburton's focus. By senior season, he averaged 23, 6'5", drilled every one of his 18 free throws in the state final, and dragged Oshkosh North to a first-ever championship. Colleges still yawned. Recruiting sites slapped on a sleepy 3-star rating. A 6'5" guard with broomstick arms, a slingshot jumper, and no vertical highlight tape just didn't scream future franchise. Enter Iowa State. Head coach Steve Prohm saw beyond point totals. He saw a kid who memorized teammates' favorite spots, who shook refs' hands after games, who turned practices into comedy hours and chemistry labs. NBA scouts drifted through Ames expecting to drool over bigger names, but one veteran talent evaluator stunned Prohm with a quiet prediction. Your highest draft pick is going to be that thin freshman right there? The numbers hardly argued, 6.8 points a night, but the court buzzed whenever Tyrese touched the ball. Even a broken wrist his sophomore season couldn't kill the whispers. He sat on the bench in street clothes, cheering so loudly that injured teammates refused to pout alone. Draft night 2020 should have been vindication. Instead, teams spent 11 picks chasing bulk, burst, or brand recognition. Sacramento finally stopped the slide at number 12. National broadcasts praised the Kings for playing it safe, the polite way of saying they settled. Haliburton heard it all. Slow. Weird mechanics. Sealing his backup guard. The chip on his shoulder could have splintered wood. First NBA camp. Staffers couldn't unsee the quirks. Low release, 185-pound frame that fluttered in heavy jerseys, below the rim finishes. Then, the games began. Swishes muted Snickers. 41% from deep, one of the league's best assist turnover marks. Clutch floaters that silenced roaring arenas. Tyrese was the calm eye in Sacramento's chaos. Still, the franchise decided a path forward required more size and an interior bruiser. In a deadline jolt, Haliburton shipped east for Domantas Sabonis. Analysts labeled it win-win, but veteran scouts muttered Indiana had just robbed a bank. 2 practices into his Pacers life, the entire offense shifted. Outlet passes rocketed. Shooters sprinted to corners. Bigs dove knowing the ball would find them. Coaches had to install extra conditioning drills because Haliburton-powered possessions ended in under 10 seconds. Players grinned through exhaustion. They were finally having fun. The regular season screened by at Indy 500 speed. Tyrese posted 20 and 10 on near 50-40-90 splits, grabbed his first All-Star nod, then buried Miami with a 43-point masterpiece that included 10 triples, and a last-second dagger. A month later, he walked Boston down and posted a line that forced statisticians to search archives for Magic, Nash, or Stockton parallels. He became the first Pacer ever to drop 30-plus with 15-plus assists. On nights he sat, Indiana went 7-19. With him, they looked like playoff nightmares. Summer 2024 glowed with promise and pressure. Team USA summoned him to Paris. 12 future Hall of Famers packed the room. Tyrese logged only 26 Olympic minutes, but he laughed, hyped teammates, soaked up game speed, and left with gold, and with stories of late-night gym sessions while others explored cafes. When the $260 million extension hit paper, talk shows argued, "He's great." Wally Szczerbiak sniffed, "But not franchise great." An anonymous player poll, brutal in its honesty, named him most overrated. Tyrese screenshot the headline, set it as phone wallpaper, and lifted weights until the bar clanged a violent rhythm. Season start slump followed. Defenses ducked under every screen, packed the paint, dared him to score. Shooting numbers nosedived. Self-doubt, foreign territory, crept in. He admitted nights staring at the ceiling replaying misses. The Pacers wobbled at 10-15. Social media crowed that the poll voters were right. Christmas week changed everything. A quiet conversation with shooting guru Drew Hanlon ended with a dare. "Take 14 shots tomorrow or I'm not working with you." Against Philadelphia, he erupted for 38 on 19 attempts, shrugging in midair as jumpers splashed. Aggression unlocked the rest. No-look zips to cutters, deep pull-ups, swagger celebrations. From December through April, Indiana blazed 40-17. Tyrese's effective field goal percentage leapt above Steph Curry's 2025 mark. He led the league in assist-turnover ratio, laughed himself out of all-star snubs, and steered the Pacers back into postseason light. Playoffs 2025 tested nerves. Milwaukee owned a 7-point overtime lead with half a minute left, near certain victory. Tyrese orchestrated 3 scores, 2 swipes, and a steal and lay to steal the game and the series. Cleveland's vaunted defense caved under similar late-game sorcery. Madison Square Garden witnessed the South Pole swing of probability. Knicks up 14 with under 3 minutes. New York fans chanting good nights. Nesmith detonated threes, but Tyrese delivered the kill shot, a backpedal triple that yanked the soul out of 19,000 stunned spectators. In OT, he threaded a pass through a maze of arms to give Indy its first lead, high-fived Spike Lee with mock politeness, then walked away with a 2-0 series cushion. Game 4 in Indianapolis became legend. 32 points, 12 boards, 15 assists, 4 swipes, 0 turnovers. Numbers unseen in playoff history from a point guard. The Pacers closed the Knicks in 6, returning to the finals for the first time since Reggie Miller's prime. Haliburton fell 1 vote short of East Finals MVP, but his smile on the podium radiated underdog joy blended with knowing defiance. He was still just 25. Critics scrambled. The overrated label aged like warm milk. Analysts who mocked the shot form now dissected its unguardable timing. Opponents who sagged under screens scrambled over the top. The phrase people used most wasn't overrated, it was problem. As in, guarding Haliburton is a problem. Off-season 2025 looked different. Tyrese kept to the routine. Indiana YMCA runs at dawn, lifting sessions at dinner, film breakdown after midnight. Rumor mills churned. Was the hamstring fragile long-term? Could his unorthodox jumper survive defensive adjustments? Trade Talk podcasts speculated that the extension might hamstring, no pun, the franchise if injuries lingered. Tyrese heard it all. He also heard the child's laughter from that AAU practice echoing across time. So he worked. Now, the story stands at its most tantalizing chapter. A franchise once drifting has identity, pace, passing, positivity, 3 Ps sparked by 1-point guard. Old school purists compare him to Magic's Showtime spark. Modern analysts call him Steve Nash with a step back. Tyrese smiles. He's just the kid who wasn't allowed to quit. People still search for flaws. The jumper is odd, yes. He loves the jump pass that makes old coaches yell at their TVs. He dances, chirps, and sometimes flashes a joking choke sign that rubs vets the wrong way. Good. Legends, after all, need critics. Someone has to provide the backdrop for greatness. So next time you hear the word overrated, remember the nights Tyrese Haliburton punched holes in certainty. Remember the toddler block, the cut AAU roster, the 3-star tag, the draft night shrug, the anonymous poll, the early season slump. Stack each slight like dry tinder. Then watch him light the match. Because in a league addicted to highlights, few plays churn adrenaline like a Haliburton fast break. One dribble past half court, chin up, eyes scanning, ball floating in 2 hands like a magician deciding which card to reveal. In that instant, defenders freeze, guess wrong, and the pass zips behind an ear, recover late, and the step-back 3 detonates. Fans rise because they know something is coming. They just don't know what. Tyrese does. And he'll grin as the arena explodes, turn toward the bench, make the talk now gesture, and jog back on defense. Another moment, rewritten, underrated, maybe once, overrated, not anymore. Try unstoppable, try inevitable, or just try his new favorite word, future. And if the league isn't ready, that's fine. He's been hearing not ready since the beginning. Look how that turned out.